For those of you that know me, you'll know that Persona has always been one of the biggest franchises in my life, especially when we start talking about Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden. So that's why when Limited Run announced a collector's edition of both Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, I had to get my hands on it. And today we're going to take a look at the Persona 4 Golden Collector's Edition. Now, if you just want to see the Collector's Edition unboxing, go to this timestamp right here, and you guys can jump right ahead to that. But for those of you who want to stick around, I'd like to talk a little bit about my history with the Persona series, or more specifically, Persona 4. My history with Persona 4 is a bit of a strange one. I was around when Persona 3 came out and I purchased that one day one, loved the game but didn't finish it at the time, and then Persona 4 came out almost like only a year later, at least it felt that way, and I didn't get a chance to pick it up on day one. I skipped it for other games at the time and thought, okay, maybe someday I'll find it for cheap and I'll pick it up then. But I never did, and one of my closest friends, much later on, ended up getting a copy of Persona 4 in pristine condition from I think it was a yard sale for practically nothing. The version that I got still had the soundtrack in it and the booklet, and it honestly looked perfect, and I still own that very same copy to this day. Now, once I started playing Persona 4, I was lost. It was hard to get me to talk about or do anything other than play Persona 4. I was so invested in the story and the characters and the world that they had built. It just absolutely changed my life. It changed my perspective on everything. I wanted to learn more about Japan. I wanted to learn more about the themes that they covered in the game. I wanted more. And like anything, Atlas delivered us a lot more. They gave us, fighting games and animes and a bunch of other stuff in between, of which I collected most of it, but only really ever dove into the anime and the game itself. Still, I was a huge fan of the series, and it locked me into Persona for life. A couple years later, I was very lucky and got a chance to meet Johnny Bosch, the voice of Yu Narukami and Adachi within Persona 4, and I got him to sign my copy. He was one of the nicest dudes I ever met, and honestly, it was a lot of fun going down there meeting him. But ever since playing Persona 4, I've been chasing that same high, that same life-changing feel that this game gave me, and I've yet to find anything that even comes close. So with that all being said, I'm sure I have plenty more stories with Persona 4, but for now, we're just going to jump right on into the unboxing. Alright, so today we are going to be taking a look at my favorite game of all time, Persona 4 Golden. This is the limited run collector's edition. Let's just jump right into this. The first thing you notice immediately is how the box is designed to look like one of the TVs. I honestly think doing this holographic print was one of the coolest ideas. It makes the box itself quite collectible. But we're going to move this for now and take a look at what's inside. Setting this just right over here, you can see first we have this thick styrofoam kind of cover, and that protects everything inside the box, which is all this. Now, the first thing you'll notice with this compared to the Persona 3 one is that there's no big collectible like the Evoker. Instead, the collectible in this one is actually the glasses that Yu Narukami wears, but it's tucked in behind this. But first, let's just take a look at what's here on the left-hand side. So underneath this little bit of styrofoam, we have a golden teddy statue, and this thing is heavy. It is way heavier than it looks. It is, I don't know what it's actually made of. It feels like metal, but it could be, honestly, anything else. It's really cool, though. Very high quality, and you can definitely tell just by the heft of it. Putting Teddy aside, however, we also have this little pin, which I thought was kind of an interesting choice to give us a pin of what seems to be the platform from when you enter the Shadow World. I'd almost rather have the Yasogami High School pin, but still, I mean, having any extras is better than having none, so I'll take this as well. Then right here, of course, we have the game itself. Now, like Persona 3, this one here also comes in a compendium, just like the one Margaret uses in-game. And the box art for this one is, of course, modeled after the Persona 4 Golden re-release on the Vita. But the back of the box is surprisingly inspired by the original Persona 4, which is, again, really, really nice to see. Behind this, we actually have the Persona 4 Golden soundtrack, which is one of my favorite soundtracks in all of gaming. And you actually have the track list here on the back of this one, which looks like to be a good, almost like 50 tracks. So that's pretty comprehensive and definitely something that I will get a lot of use out of. So that covers everything on the left-hand side. Now over here we have a image of an all-out attack, which this one here is really cool. It's very layered. You can see all the different instances of layering that they did with the glass. It's really cool, highly detailed, and I actually just think it's really awesome because these were the 4 characters that I used in my first playthrough, so it's really cool to see them all together in this kind of format. Now behind that, we have a few more tidbits. First up, we have an all-black envelope with a Persona 4 Golden sticker on it that says there are spoilers inside, so I'm not going to show you guys what's in this, but if you want to look it up online, no doubt you can find what's within this envelope here. But Persona 4 is definitely a game worth experiencing, so for now we're going to skip this. Then a certificate of authenticity. This is number 244, so this is actually a relatively low number certificate, which is great because Persona 4 is one of my favorite games ever, as I've said before, so this is really, really nice to have. Then, last but not least, we actually have the glasses that Yu Narukami wears throughout the game, or the protagonist, if you changed his name. We're going to open this up real quick. UV400, Yu Narukami's glasses. It's even got the colors on the side. Very, very cool. And this piece right here is the stand in which the glasses go on. So I'm going to cut to a video of somebody else building the stand and actually putting it up. There'll be links to their channel down below. But yeah, this here is just all the plastic components for that. And at the very bottom, we have some character cards, starting off with Teddy right here. But these here, surprisingly, are not modeled after the tarot cards. They're just random character cards, but still pretty cool to have. I think they're like little TV screens that the characters are popping out of, which is a little interesting, but yeah. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys really enjoyed this, make sure to check out the unboxing of the other collector's edition. There will be links down below, as well as probably somewhere here on screen. I just want to say thank you again for watching. Subscribe for more, hit that like button, and I will see you guys all in the next video.